Hey you guys, welcome back to another video on Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we got an interesting video here involving both Jim Harbaugh and Mel Tucker, the coach of Michigan and the coach of Michigan State. Both had press conferences today after, they always have their weekly press conferences going into, their next week and their next game. And then obviously after the game they just played, Mel Tucker took some shots at Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh actually told reporters about the Big Ten apologizing to him about calls from the Michigan State game. We're going to be getting into everything you guys need to know, and just talking about it, just thought this would be a nice video. I'm also going to be coming out with a basketball video right after this one, so I'm going to keep this one probably short. So other than that, hope you guys do enjoy. If you do, please drop a like, subscribe for more, and let's get right into today's video. Alright, so obviously after the Michigan State game, Jim Harbaugh said, quote, "No, I made my thoughts known throughout the game," referring to a reporter asking him about the calls throughout the Michigan State game, and pretty much, he didn't want to complain about the officiating, and, very much respect to him because there were a lot of bad calls. I asked some fans of different teams, and they said, yeah, you guys got screwed on some of those calls, and it was very clear, the fumble recovery, the holding call that should have been called on the defender on Cornelius Johnson, that 4th and 3. Now obviously Michigan did make a lot of mistakes towards the end. The fumble we had, J.J. McCarthy, in the exchange with Blake Corum, so we made our own mistakes, and we still had a chance to win that game. It's not all on the officiating, but the 4 points that were taken off of the board really sucks because we lost by 4 points. The fumble recovery for a touchdown that got taken back. So Jim Harbaugh said today in his press conference, pretty sure a reporter asked him something about the Michigan State game today, and he said, yeah, as we all expected, all saw mistakes were made. The reporter asked him, "You heard from them?" Harbaugh said that was the response. They made a mistake. That was the Big Ten's response to him. The reporter then said, "On that call," and then Harbaugh said, "Yeah, and others." Reporter also asked, so they said they made mistakes on other calls, and Harbaugh said yes. And then he said, "Can't be any more clear than that." And he said, yeah, there were, the reporter said, well, there were a lot of calls, that's why, he was asking these questions. Harbaugh said, yeah, there were, the film doesn't lie, So that's what went down today in the press conference. And alright, just before we do talk about everything, Mel Tucker actually had his press conference right after Harbaugh, I think it was like 30 minutes or something like that, and Mel Tucker actually made a shot towards Harbaugh. He said, "I don't like to talk about bad calls," Tucker said in his weekly news conference, and then he said, "That's not part of our culture. We don't like to make excuses about anything. I think that makes your program soft. I think it gives your coaches and your players a way out, so I don't even like to talk about it that much." And then he said, but we do turn them in because we need clarification, and if I disagree with something, I'll tell them, and then we move on, because that's not going to change the outcome. Actually, it happens every week. It's a human performance business, and there's a lot of judgment calls as well. That's what he pretty much said, pretty much taking a shot at Michigan and Jim Harbaugh, pretty much having excuses to the game against Michigan State. However, we all know there was bad calls. I'm not saying that's why Michigan lost, because Michigan really did have, not the best, we turned the ball over at times. We made that huge mistake. J.J. McCarthy to Blake Corum, we fumbled that ball, and then our offense kind of stalled towards the end of the game. However, there were a lot of calls that, should have been called, right? The fumble recovery, definitely one of them, 4 points taken off the scoreboard that was clearly should not have been reversed. Obviously it doesn't matter anymore because Michigan State lost to Purdue anyways, and now Michigan pretty much controls their own destiny. All they gotta do is just win out, and if Michigan State loses one more game, Michigan will be in the Big Ten championship, and we'll go to the college football playoffs if they win out. So everything's still in front of them. Obviously, this really doesn't matter. So I don't think Harbaugh was trying to make any more excuses to the Michigan State game. He's moved on from it. The team has moved on. So for Tucker to come out and pretty much jab at Jim Harbaugh, I think it's just trying for him to get under his skin and everything. But that's not going to bother the team, the Michigan team, or Jim Harbaugh. It's just Harbaugh coming out because the reporter asked him, if he heard from the Big Ten. So how is he going to respond to that? If he did, hear something, which obviously he did. He came out, told the truth, and the Big Ten admitted that they made a mistake. So, I don't think that's an excuse about the game. I think it's just they made a mistake. The officials knew it. Obviously, Harbaugh's not going to say, that they lost the game on that, and he never has said that Michigan lost the game because of those calls. But, from a fan perspective and from people watching it, we all know that definitely did make a difference on it. However, Michigan still made mistakes and could have won it even with those calls. So, it doesn't really matter anymore because Michigan State lost to Purdue, and it all kind of worked out in its place. And now Michigan can forget about it, move on, and just continue to have a great season and win out, and they control their own destiny pretty much right now. All right, so that's pretty much all I got on it. Not a whole lot of concern really. It was a little jab from Tucker to Michigan and Jim Harbaugh. That's why I kind of wanted to cover it, because you don't really get this news out that much, and I just thought it was interesting. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think. I will be coming out with a Michigan versus Penn State preview to that game soon. I might actually make a little short video again like this, about a 5-6 minute video about Michigan and the college football playoff rankings tomorrow. If I have time to make it tomorrow, we'll see. Other than that, hope you guys did enjoy this video. Like I said, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think. And Michigan has a huge game coming up against Penn State. I'll be covering that one. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like, subscribe for more. We will see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.